So Kuyashi versus Seven is our last set coming up. Definitely should be interesting. That'll
Is it
be
Marth Sheik? Because then we could just
More
take all of our
Marth Sheik,
analysis
yeah.
and then
Sheik
just
as well. Yeah.
take our analysis and put it somewhere else. So what he needs to do is not go to Battlefield. We want to see some change up. It all works out. This is what a roll of the dice.
I think one of the things too that we sort of touched on a bit, but I think is really important to consider whenever you're playing against a better player, and this applies to kind of risk management and other more luck-based games like poker or whatever. But like if you know you're unfavored, you need to take bigger risks in some ways to compensate, because if you just go at them like 50-50 every time, you're gonna end up losing. Like they're gonna outskill you over time. So you got to go for those harder reads, stuff that's like gonna get you more mileage, I would say, at least.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Viewing things probabilistically is a good way to both be like, to combine rationality with like a belief in yourself. We talked about this a little bit earlier today, but this idea that like, if you're a real competitor, if you're a real athlete, you've got to believe that when you're in those scenarios where your brain is telling you, oh shit, I've got a 10% chance of success here. Like, you've got to play as if this is the time when you get that 10%, right? You've got to believe it's going to happen. You can't take 10% as zero. 10% is not zero. And sometimes that requires putting it all on red. Let's go for it. YOLO.
And especially since I think like it's not like, you could argue like, oh, you should believe in yourself. You should think of yourself as like just as good as them. And I don't think it's necessarily not believing in yourself. It's being like realistic about what your odds are. Like I remember Fat Goku once mentioning that he likes to go to FD against Spaceys if he thinks he's the worst player. Like the less like the.
I got you.
Yeah, because like in that situation, if he gets a neutral opening, he can convert it into a kill, and all he needs is a couple neutral openings to win the set. Whereas if he thinks he's better, he wants to reduce the volatility and make it as consistent as possible.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Just like smart videos and going to Yoshi's.
There are definitely players that are like facts and logics like masters, but usually when I think of like the way to visualize this, like the downside of that, right? You can be facts and logic, and it goes to your benefit. But it can also be a detriment because you're like, oh, I only have a 10% chance of winning this. This sucks. I'm toasted. And then you watch something like The Last Dance or like any documentary about like a really great athlete, and they all are just convinced that they are right and better and good all the time. Like you do kind of need a little bit of insanity and madness where you might rationally in some part of your brain know it's a 2% chance of success, but you're like, yeah, that's me. I love 2%.
Yeah, this is the 2%.
This is the 2%.
Well, I think it can also start to work against you if you just start thinking like situations where you would otherwise be favored, you have to take greater risks. Like say you have a Sheik in the corner and you're pressuring them and you go, oh, I got to take a risk. It's like, no, but also don't throw away situations where you are favored, where you have control. And I think it's like find the balance for that. Really good slide off though, by the way, going back to this map.
This has been a very good back and forth. I like both of the answers. I know going from entirely large picture to much smaller picture, but man, do they have answers for each other?
Yeah, I think this is a little bit closer in skill, particularly in terms of the neutral game and how they're opening each other up. Really good follow-up on the punish there, though. That's something that really shows if you're more experienced in this matchup, is actually being able to convert into kills when you get an opening against Sheik.
Yeah, Kuyashi's been just very good awareness of the spatially, just knowing when the swing might come. Just a really good balance of patience and holding forward. It's the L cancel though on the dare. The needles make it definitely hard. Extra hit lag.
Oh,
wow. That was a very good combination.
Like I was saying, just converting off of openings in a way that, stereotypically Marth's kind of complaining that's the hardest part of the matchup in a lot of ways, like is not getting the same kind of kill confirms and stuff that she can get off of like a down throw, forward air, that kind of thing. So really good stuff from Kuyashi there.
Marth just has this like, when the aerials can line up, when you're able to read or at least react to the DI and you know the answers.
When they keep holding in.
And they keep holding in, exactly. They don't see the space. It's a lot of spatial understanding and figuring out where your sword will actually go. It's really cool when you're not in it.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Sorry, I was just double checking.
And those stocks, like, obviously that happened to end the game, But it's honestly, it's such a relief to be playing Marth and get an early kill on Sheik. She's hard to kill. You have to be so patient. You have to be so disciplined. You have to be constantly thinking in these terms. And then suddenly they are holding in, and you're reading the DI, and they're giving it to you, and you get an early kill, and it's just huge weight off of your shoulder.
I cannot believe that Kuyashi got that grab though, eh? The holding down and managing to get a bit of like a Marth sort of teleport grab, pulling Sheik in like a suction cup.
I love this choice of like fairing in place where it's like really, really safe, and then immediately shifting back into the grounded Marth playstyle. It's just constantly baiting 7 in and then punishing.
But super clean, carrying him off and then knowing, like getting on stage for the waveland, knowing the space, he can't get on the platform, and just forward smash before there's even a landing. It's like
right there,
a forward smash or reverse nair ledge hop.
Yeah, right there in that neutral interaction, they actually had the same situation where he was fairing in place in a safe spot, but he did a second fair, and so 7 is able to get the grab off on it. That being said, obviously the stock is still super going Marth's way. But
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Kuyashi, their punish game is just really good. Even the shield breaker, knowing when like your fall speed is gonna get a little affected.
a little aerial forward smashing, you know.
Yeah, even just watching how they've managed to cover some of the Sheik recovery options, really beautiful pivot tipper there as well. But yeah, just like it seems like they cover the very last few frames where Sheik is still in that kind of end lag on the land. And able to get the forward smash when it looks like other people would kind of rush it, thinking, oh, I gotta do it now. And it's like that patience to get a little bit more space is what's allowed them to convert into more stock leads.
I do love watching a Marth punish like multiple spot dodgers in a row. Sometimes Zane will do that, and like if you just like start spot dodging against them, it'll be a pivot forward smash to the face, and you're like, oh, I have usually in my life not experienced just getting destroyed like this for this decision. Overall, though, I think in the neutral, it feels like 7 is falling for the traps almost every time, and then the punish is really nice for Marth like whenever those openings come. It's looking pretty grim.
I mean, we did see a bit of signs of life there where 7 went for that kind of up smash read into the second, like the double fair, and almost got a kill off of it. And that's a perfect example of like trying to get a hard read from a single situation to sort of even things out. And, you know, we are seeing there's comeback potential here.
Kuyashi is also starting to figure out the rhythm of, 7's figuring out Kuyashi's recovery rhythm. Like that one extra Sammy stall has been really important. Like he dropped the stock before, but he closed that one out. Crash cancel.
Could be huge. Manages to DI away.
This Marth is so confident into Sheik. Like there's no hesitation. There's like knowing exactly where you want to be next. It's really nice to see.
Yeah,
I've got so few complaints that I could think of about this play. Maybe that's a complaint.
I was about to say like a little forcing it, but you know if you hit that you win. So
yeah, and he's done the forward smash like once or twice, and or they've done the forward smash once or twice, and it's never been punished on the shield. So let it rip.
Yeah, I think that's often when you see stuff like that where someone just throws out a move that in every other situation they would be punished for it. To me, it's usually like the player that didn't punish is under a lot of pressure, stress. You know what I mean? Like they feel like, oh God, how can I get out of this? And they're missing opportunities that if they were the one kind of dominating, they'd be kind of more composed, more ready for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, punish FOMO. I got you.
Punish FOMO, yeah, I gotta feel it. Or if I'm playing like Samus against Marth, like it's very easy. You know, you mess up your DI or you get forward smash or something, and all you think about, your brain just swells up with this thought of like, I need to shield and then I need to punish out of shield on that forward smash. And if the Marth, and that's when you find out if the Marth is stupid, because if they do it again, they're stupid, and if they're not, then you've just wasted a whole bunch of mental energy preparing for something that's never gonna come. And that's the game, right? That's how you win. Yeah. This could be the last game of the set. We've got a 2-0 on the board.
Mm-hmm.
I would put money if I was a betting man, and I am a betting man. Anybody want to take bets on this last game of the set?
I mean, I'm not feeling super confident given everything we have seen so far, which is funny because, you know, we just finished watching a set with 7 going wow, like what an upset. Beating H2A,
Yeah.
doing very, very impressive reaction tech chase stuff on Fox, showing confidence in that matchup. And it touches on a thing we've kind of spoken about earlier and just throughout the weekend, that there's players that have like certain really good matchups. And I feel like Seven really has the Fox matchup on lock, and maybe not the Marth one as much.
Yeah, I also think that I think we were pretty openly critical of HT's approach to the matchup in that set, which might have masked like some overall problems. But yeah, it's kind of weird that this is supposed to be the harder matchup for Sheik, or the easier matchup rather, and it's going so much more poorly. But I mean, like that's more Kuyashi is really good.
I think both. I mean, you don't get that good at reaction tech chasing if you're not really good against fast followers.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I'll take it back. I'll give it up for that. Although you can kind of grind that out and
yeah, but it was very good in application too. But regardless, like, I think so many of these players are sick. I do. One of my least favorite things about Melee, it's a lot of either or. I do think it's cool to appreciate both of them, but I understand it's literally the nature of the beast.
Yeah, I'd maybe qualify if I were to add nuance. It would be that
great sync in there.
It's I'm looking for evidence for the hypothesis, right? And it's less that the either or is wrong or not true. It's that it makes it harder for us to predict the future for a given player if somebody is not playing great and they win.
It did feel like in the H2A set that Seven was getting like a ton of grabs, and then also was very good at following up on the grab.
Hey, just like this, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's been a huge difference in game from Seven.
But yeah, if we had seen a set where HT was able to kind of defend against that, mix up their approaches a bit more effectively, we might not have been kind of singing the praises of Seven. That was a really good fallout. Very solid.
Double pair 2021. I don't know. Bring it back.
Up two stocks as we lose faith. That's or up a stock as we lose faith. That's pretty nice.
I don't know. The first stock, I was really seeing Seven really bring it up. I don't know if it's as much the stage and the game plan. I think it's a little bit of both also. But just, I don't know, the move choices, the spacing position, but
I'll tell you, I don't understand this stage. This stage is an enigma to me. I don't think I'll ever understand it. If I was going to be an FOD understander, it would have happened by now.
I think when there's so many permutations of it, it kind of breaks an objective brain also.
Oh yeah, this stage is ableist. I'll say it. Anybody with ADHD is banned from this stage, and that would be unfortunately my case on the net play grind. I think that it's mostly like you said though, that Seven has kind of gotten back in the groove of this matchup. I feel like Kuyashi also really enjoyed the space on the stages that we had previously been watching, and this kind of more claustrophobic experience is not great.
Completely agree.
One of the things that I found interesting about this game in particular is just kind of how much more punish focused we've been seeing it be. Like obviously, punish is such a huge part of every game, but what we've been seeing is kind of extended punishes from both characters. Like, right there, got an opening, converted off of it. Often they're getting openings, getting 40, 50, 60%. Previously, it felt like it was more kind of scrappy. They get like a 20, 30% here, 20, 30% there. But they've been calling each other out, and it's like really, really hard kind of read scenarios, and it's just leading to a lot. Like, look at this, we're 50 already.
Yeah, I mean, for as good as Seven was earlier, Kuyashi's looking even better now. Gotta refresh one more. Yeah, it's a good mix-up.
All right,
on the early up B to try to land on the platform side play.
Seven, the lead of a distant memory, now on tournament life at 120. Is this losers bracket actually? I'm not too sure. I don't have the overlay. Yeah, so this is losers.
Correct.
It's TL. It's tournament life. Team Liquid.
Oh,
that should be it.
Behind.
Just incorrectly assumed that they.
Oh, that shield drop was it. Got shield poked in the end.
I don't understand FOD. What a set though. Really good Marth Sheik play, but from Kuyashi. There was a lot there to chew on and enjoy. Seven with a valiant comeback attempt in the last set made Kuyashi work for it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
the like improvement from Seven.
Yeah, ultimately I think that like Seven still impressed me a lot actually. Definitely a player I wasn't as familiar with prior to this, and really, really shows that he had some good stuff to kind of offer in the matchup. I think Kuyashi just had kind of the edge here, was a bit more experienced.
All right. I think that's it from us, production. I think that, yeah, that was.
All right, we're being told to sign off, so I guess I'll start us off. Thanks so much for having me, to the Allston guys. It's been a really good weekend. If you guys want to see more of me, you can check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/micromelee, and you can find me on Twitter at RadarSSBM. But it's been a great thing. And let me know what you thought of the commentary on Twitter or something like that.
You could follow me on Twitter at GoodGuyGurg. You could follow my Twitch at Gurg. I do speedrunning of some Mario 64, open up some Pokemon cards. But yeah, I just want to say shout out to Allston Melee. Keep watching the event. We got top 8, I believe, at 8 Eastern. That'll be really awesome. And keep watching this channel for like the 24-hour. Give some, money, buy some merch. It's cool stuff for a good cause.
Ooh, so the Allston Melee podcast live is coming up next. That's gonna be a good time. It's man, what a glow up from the boys, right? We love to see it. I'm Jackzilla. You can try to follow me. I'm private everywhere. I've decided that posting is a sin, and so I'm trying to abstain. But if you liked how we did today, then let us know sometime in person or whenever you come across us, and it's always nice. But most importantly, keep watching and have a good time enjoying the Melee. So see y'all next time.
Yeah, see you guys later.
Peace, guys.